We're going to jump off today's conversation about the Browns with a quick word from FanDuel. You guys have heard us talk a lot about FanDuel before. It's America's #1 sportsbook. And right now we have a little something different for you guys. Now through September 22nd, all FanDuel customers can bet $5 to get a 3-week free trial of NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. Then with the YouTube TV base plan, you'll be able to watch every regular season Sunday afternoon out-of-market game. All you need is a Google account and a current form of payment, and you can cancel anytime you want. Just visit FanDuel.com/UCSS to download America's #1 sportsbook. Guys, we saw some tangible improvements in the Browns offense from week 1 to week 2, mainly in the offensive play from Deshaun Watson and the receivers. Dustin and Tyvis, you guys weren't here. Before we jump into what's next for week 3 against the Giants, what did you guys make of Deshaun Watson's performance against Jacksonville?
I thought it was good. You know, I don't think it was exceptional. But I do think it was a good performance. I thought he did a good job making plays that he had to. You know, overall, I mean, did he start the game like 10 of 11 or something like that? I mean, he was efficient. But overall, I mean, the Browns' offense scored 1 touchdown. You know, so that's sort of the issue here. I mean, I also don't know how good the Jaguars are. They may just stink. And I'm not trying to denigrate the Browns here. You got to get a win when you can get a win. Mm-hmm. But I do think Deshaun was obviously better than he was in week 1, which is not hard to be better than that. But he won the game. So I'm not going to be critical of him and say that he didn't do enough, because they did, and they got it done. But yeah, he left some plays out there. But his teammates also left some plays out there.
Yeah.
Overall, it was great to get the win. But there's way, way more room for this offense to improve.
I agree with that. I mean, I think that obviously it was much better than week 1. I thought he put the ball in places where his receivers could get it, and sometimes those receivers didn't make those plays, which was shocking because, I mean, you think of who it was, the #1 guy, Amari Cooper. You know, he's been the most consistent guy, and for the first 2 weeks, he's been kind of a non-factor, which is shocking to me. So I would love to see those two get on the same page. But outside of that, I thought he did some good scrambling abilities. He looked good in the pocket. I know I seen Jason say he held the ball for a tad bit longer this week than he did last week. But when you watch it on the eye test, kind of seemed like that was not the case.
I think it's misleading because, you know, there were a couple plays where he scrambled around a lot.
Yeah.
And that's just going to blow up that. You know, the mobile quarterbacks are going to have a higher average time they throw. But when the play, like last week, I thought there were a ton of times where he had guys open and he didn't throw the ball.
Yeah.
I didn't think that happened much, if at all, this week.
I thought he did a good job of going through his progressions. You know, all right, boom, I'm gonna get the ball, check the coverage, I'm going here with it, and the ball kind of came out efficiently. I think that comes from the offensive line being a little bit better. You know, provide him some more time. I thought he trusted him a little bit more, and he trusted his receivers to make plays. So I think that has something to do with it, but it was not perfect at all. Obviously, when you think about the things that was said about this offense in the offseason and some of the additions that they made, I thought Judy played well, but some of the additions that they made, you know, this offense got a long way to go if they want to be, you know, a Super Bowl caliber. But, you know, he did say it was going to take some time, and the good news is they look better than they did a week before, so they're headed in the right direction. Maybe they need to expedite that process, but it just is week 2 coming up on week 3. You should start seeing things start to really materialize in the next couple of weeks.
Look, I'm sure a lot of us watched that Chiefs-Bengals game yesterday, right? Which was a super fun game to watch. Super fun, a lot of offense and explosiveness between those teams.
Yeah.
The Browns offense plays the way they did yesterday, or Sunday I should say. They can't beat a team like the Bengals or the Chiefs. They're going to have to create the firepower offensively to be able to score more than 1 touchdown, and hell, to be able to win shootouts in this league, especially when you get to the playoffs and you're playing these high-caliber, high-potent offenses. Go ahead.
I wouldn't necessarily say that because the Browns' defense is better than both the Chiefs and the Cincinnati. So I think that they would stop a lot of those. Now, Denzel got to be on the field.
Chiefs have one of the best defenses, I think, in football. So
what that is. Who they corners now?
You really put me on the spot here right now.
I know McDuffie, but he played. Is McDuffie playing outside, or is he just playing nickel?
He was on Chase a lot of the game. I thought he did a good job on Chase.
So they got a #1. That's good.
I actually thought the Bengals D played pretty well in that game. You know, the
Cam Taylor-Britt, after you was mad at him, about saying what he said, but he backed it up.
And the Chiefs scored one of their touchdowns on Burrow fumbled when he got sacked, and
Yeah,
they
that
picked
was-
it up and returned it. But I think, guys, there's a couple things at play. I think, at least temporarily, we have to lower the bar for our expectations for Deshaun Watson. Not in the long run, because it's not unfair. Like, when you traded for the guy, you expected a superstar. And right now that feels impossible that he's going to be a superstar. Mm-hmm. So I think I've, at least on the short term, lowered the bar for what I expect. And obviously it was a lot better than week 1. But also, look at the passing numbers around the league generally.
I was going to say that.
They're way down. Like touchdowns in general are way down. I think 2 years ago, did you have this stat yesterday, Mike? I can't remember where I heard
I
it.
actually updated it this morning. You could see it
ahead.
on the screen here, but these are the passing touchdowns through 2
look at
weeks
that.
of the season. It is down 37.3% from 2021 and 2020.
And,
But even from 2022, I mean, there was 36 less touchdowns from 2 years ago. 17 from last year.
I watched the Eagles Falcons last night. How much yards did Jalen Hurts throw for?
Not a ton.
Like,
I don't know.
Was it 200?
Yeah,
I'm about to say everybody's about 170, 185 range.
If you really ball and you get 225, at some point I will be interested in seeing
183.
183.
Yeah.
It's a small sample size, but I would be really interested to see at what point people start to be like, okay, is this the new trend? Is this the new normal? Because I mean, these yards ain't looking like 300.
Hold on. What did Patty have?
Under
152.
152.
Patty had 152. Wow, that's shocking.
Patty Mayonnaise had 150.
What did Joe have?
Ty, after Aditi comes on, we're going to get to the trends of kind of countering this too high safety look. But I want to get back to Watson, the Browns offense, and what we can expect kind of moving forward. We saw some new wrinkles in week 2. They went more heavy. We saw some more motion. It was kind of a little bit of an evolution, but heading into week 3 from Watson and the rest of this offense, what do you think that next wrinkle?
Well, heavy was not an evolution. I mean,
they used heavy on 2 plays.
I know, but
25%.
in the past they've used heavy all the time. So
I'm saying as they find their identity this year.
I guess there was more motion, guys. That was noticeable.
Yeah,
way more than we've ever seen in a Kevin Stefanski.
Yeah, how many illegal shifts did they have?
And we couldn't get it done right.
You can't
Well,
go up.
that
You
was an
can't
issue
go up.
all over the league.
You
There were
can't
a lot
go
of
up the
calls.
field no more. You know that Miami kind of killed that. So
the Jaguars lost a touchdown because of that.
Yeah.
On that touchdown, they would have taken the lead instead of having to settle for that field goal to make it 16-13. Kirk was in motion there. So, I think that's a little bit of an issue everywhere. They've made an emphasis. The refs have made an emphasis on that and the tackles starting behind the line of scrimmage. So we saw that mostly in that opening night Thursday Ravens-Chiefs game. But in terms of what to expect from this offense, I mean, I know the Giants' defense is not bad, but their teams as a whole, the Giants are terrible. The Browns' offense should continue to get better this week. Are you guys expecting that?
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I do think that they're going to continue to get better.
Yeah.
And, as they get healthier, that's going to help offensively. I think Deshaun, that game is huge for his confidence, for him to be able to go out there and make the throws that he had to make was really encouraging. But I also think, too, and you guys have probably, maybe you talked about this yesterday, we've lowered the bar on Deshaun that if he just reaches the low bar we have now, everyone's like, oh, okay, that's great. It's like, no, I still think the expectation for a $245 million quarterback is to do more, to score more than 1 touchdown, to be better than 2 of 14 on third down. Those are things that they have to get better at, and it's okay. It's still early.
Right.
But
that's what I'm saying. I've lowered the bar temporarily.
Yeah.
I'm willing to be patient, and I was happy with how he played yesterday.
Yeah, I was too.
If this is the best he's going to give us all year,
Oh, no.
that's not good enough.
Yeah.
But for now,
Well, that's my point.
Yeah, right. That's fair. And listen, I thought yesterday Sunday that a lot of the reason they didn't score more, and I've often blamed Deshaun for that, but in this week I thought it was more the other guys than it was him, in my opinion, because there were drops in key spots. What is going on? What do you guys think about Amari Cooper? Are you worried he's going over the cliff?
Yeah, of course. He looks disengaged right now, and it's very concerning to me,
Yeah.
especially what do you have, 2 or 3 drops yesterday? The one was like,
Yeah.
whoa, what are we doing?
Look at put the 2 game stats up, Mike.
And he
'cause
had
this is
the
a crazy
touchdown
stat
drop
here.
in the first one.
17 targets, 5 catches.
He got the ball on the 1 third down, and he had the first down
and bellied out.
Just dipped back.
Well, he ran back, which was really.
See, they tell you not to do that in middle school.
It's interesting because remember when me and Jason was both saying the same thing when the trade first came up about the Ayuk thing.
Yeah.
And I kept saying the rule is always you trade a guy a year early rather than a year too late.
Yeah, sure.
And everybody looked at me and Jason was like, y'all crazy. We want to keep Coop. Could it have been that they seen this coming? Maybe they thought like he's not looking that good. Like maybe. I mean,
they did give him more money. They did give him
because I don't think I don't understand why he would have an attitude with the organization. I mean, they literally gave him. What they gave him to guaranteed his salary? Gave him $20 million or something like that.
They gave him a little more money.
So he's getting the money. I know he wants the long term, but they still took care of you for this year.
Well, this is not helping his cause long
Yeah,
term.
and then on top of that, you need to perform if you want to play past this year. If you want to actually get paid bigger by somebody, like it matters now. You got to put some stats up to show people like last year wasn't a fluke. This is who I am. I can still be in my prime, so you can sign another deal. So. I'm not buying the fact that he's disinterested. It just he looked like right now he lost a step.
And wide receivers can fall off the cliff in a hurry too, right? I mean, we saw Jarvis Landry, we loved him, then he's like out of football 2 years later. I mean, that happens all the time at that position. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I say disinterested or disengaged only because I'm not saying he doesn't care. Obviously, I think the guy cares and would like to perform, but for some reason, doesn't he seem lethargic?
Yeah.
Yes.
He seems sluggish. He seems like, and I get it. Listen, when you start talking about money and people's money is how people equate their worth. And when he put up those numbers last year, he did it with 5 or so different quarterbacks. He was out there. He probably feels like, I'm one of the main reasons we went to the playoffs last year.
He was.
And he was. Yeah. And, Nick Chubb wasn't there. Deshaun Watson wasn't there. A lot of the guys on offense was not there. So he feels like I put these numbers up. And I put up the all-time record for, receptions or receiving yards in the game. So he's thinking like, they might at least offer me something. But then they bring Jerry Jeudy in, and sight unseen, they give him an extension. Mm-hmm. You're like, okay, all right. Then his name is being mentioned with Brandon Ayuk. So you're like, I don't like that. But didn't drug on for a little period of time, right? And so it looks like, and sometimes you can feel a certain type way until somebody pull you aside and say, come on, man, we need you to, come on, bro. Like the quarterback got to be like, yo, dog, I see you, bro.
I get why he feel the way he feel for sure, but I also am a realist to know like if you don't want this to be the end period, you still got to perform. And everybody knows that. Like everybody knows that. Okay, even if the organization dogged him and didn't give him anything, and he still decided to play, like you still got to play for the next team. So I'm not. My only thing with it all is that the scheme that we running right now is still have not been. It's not been like an open thing. It's all been pretty short concepts, short routes. If I'm playing DB, like why am I threatened? Why would I not flat foot everything? So it makes it harder to get open and stuff like that. Now, the drops, I can't justify that. I don't know what he got going on with the drops. But as far as him getting open, like that can be effective. If we ain't got nobody stretching the field and we ain't running double moves or none of that. Like, if I'm playing corner on Amari, why wouldn't I just flat-foot it? Why wouldn't I sit at 10 and just come straight down?
The other thing, the one variable that's changed is offensive coordinator, right? I mean, with Ken Dorsey, I guess I just wonder, to your point, are they running the routes where he's comfortable getting open?
Well, think about last year. What did I tell y'all his best route? The bang 8. We ain't seen a bang 8 yet.
Well, and that's, we saw a lot of those when Flacco was in there because
that's true too.
He can throw those. That was Bernie Kosar's favorite route.
Yeah, Flacco got a mean arm though. Flacco, you know what I'm saying? Cutting butter.
Wait a minute, according to Quincy Avery, Deshaun's stuff is better than before the injury.
Hey, listen, Flacco got one of the best arms
still
ever.
I'm just telling you. I'm just saying.
Like it just is what it is. He throw that thing effortlessly.
By the way, I got an email from Quincy Avery's mom. She says she's Quincy Avery's mom. I guess I don't know that for sure. Yeah.
Was it bad or good?
Say, yeah.
Or do
I
you
don't remember.
want to keep that to yourself?
I can't remember. It was I don't remember what it was about specifically. It might have been about, I think it was about the latest accusation on Watson. It wasn't like bad or good, really. She just,
I was just trying to
keep
see.
that to yourself.
I don't know. I can't, I don't know. Anyway. So, yeah, I mean.
Quincy Avery, if you're listening, hey,
Yeah.
we want you on the show, bro. Come on over.
Well, remember he mentioned me that one time
He did.
because I don't know what I had said about Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, we can't.
Oh yeah, they called you by name.
Yeah.
Adam the Bull.
You know, we can't. I can't make Jason Lloyd or Jay act right. No, I'm playing. No, come on the show, bro. We want to pull up, man. We have a conversation, man.
Or we'll have Aditi's coming on at 11:30, and then we'll have Mary Kay at 12, right?
Yeah, that is correct.
Okay.
Real quick on
Yeah.
the offense, Cooper, all of the above for you guys. And we talked about it yesterday, so I want to ask Dustin and Tyvis. But we also saw more of a running game, an emphasis on the running game. They ran for over 100 yards, which they didn't come close to in week one. When the running game is helping out and adding to the passing attack with Deshaun, who played better, is that going to open up another layer to what Dorsey, Stefanski, that whole offensive staff can come up with against the Giants?
For sure.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a pretty obvious answer. I mean, there's no doubt the running attack has been such a vital part of the Stefanski offense since he's been here. Obviously, Nick Chubb is a big reason why they've been able to have that success. But no, I mean, you saw Foreman. It was even the announcers were surprised he started the game. He gets the first carry of the game. They're like, and that's is that Kareem? No, that's Foreman. You know, it's like, man, you kind of forget who our backs are because Nick Chubb, you're so used to him getting so many carries. But it was nice for them to get things going. And I do think that opened up things in the passing game for sure.
Yeah. I thought Foreman played pretty well.
Yeah.
I mean, his yards per carry don't look good.
He showed a nice burst, though. Like, when he got the
Yeah.
ball, it wasn't like he was hesitant. I mean, he just looked like he was going to just, boom,
He's
go.
quick through the hole.
Yeah.
I tell you,
He's
my
good.
only issue with him is it's been 2 times.
Yeah.
He got stoned on the 1 yard line. It happened once in the preseason and it happened
true.
last week.
Well, who cares about the preseason? But, yeah.
It happened. And I'm just,
You can't let it go.
I need to, you got to run straight through that thing.